All right. Hey, everybody. We are here at the UB E3 2015 press conference. Not press conference, conference. Con, if you will. And we're going to do a little bit of post-show questioning of all the people who spoke on stage today and one who did not. And I have some questions here from fans of the games and fans of Ubisoft from online. So right now we're just going to start off with Jason Vandenberg and For Honor. So what we saw in that demo was Vikings, Knights, and Samurais. So what can you tell us about the three factions? And they're obviously fighting at different times. They're going to fight each other?
Yes. Right.
Really?
Yes, Knights, Vikings, Samurai didn't fight each other in history.
No,
that didn't actually happen. Yes, that's true. So we have our Knights, our legions, the defenders, and heavy armor and gear. We have our Warborn. We have our Vikings, our fighters for freedom and beer and enthusiasm, right?
Beer, yeah. Which I would totally fight for.
Exactly.
By the way. I would so fight.
And we have our Chosen, our Samurai, who are about mastery and focus and the mastery of their weapon and mastery of the battlefield. And that's, to us, that's the three great sort of legacies of warriors. That's the three types of warriors, we think, right? And they'll come together on the battlefield. You can choose your type. You can play whichever one you want, and then clash together in that multiplayer frenzy.
And so, as you said, they all have a different combat style,
they do.
different
Each
weaponry.
character, the game is built. Each hero, each individual hero, each faction has several heroes in it, and the hero is a weapon and a suit of armor and like animation and stuff, right? And so you choose which hero you want to play. You can customize them yourself, but you'll stick with the main weapon. So you pick the one you like, and then that character will fight. Of course, the Knights are going to fight more like with their gear and more about style and defense. And the Vikings are going to be more aggressive, and then the Samurai will be more focused, fast and deadly, that kind of thing. As you would expect.
As you would expect. The Vikings are just going to beat you in the head with their beer horn until you...
Knights are going to meet that charge.
Just
bring
beat
it
you
on.
A smear. All right. Okay, let's talk about the division. And we got to see a little bit of the Darkstone there. What else can you tell us about it? More, is there any more we can learn?
From the
Dark Zone? Yeah, about the Dark Zone or about the game. Tell us more stuff.
That's a big question.
It was a big question. Tell us what else what did we learn inside the show about the Dark Zone?
Well, what we saw in the piece today, the demo today, was a group of agents kind of entering the Dark Zone. So that's the first thing, is it's seamless transition from the open world or co-op into a multiplayer space, which is the Dark Zone. So there's no loading screens, there's no sign up. You just move into a space where suddenly PvP is enabled, and anything can kind of happen. We saw them kind of take down a group of the new faction that we are introducing at this year's E3, which is the Rikers, who come from Rikers prison, and they've escaped when the calamity and the collapse kind of happened, and they've moved into Manhattan with the chaos and the lawlessness. And then we saw the most important component of the Dark Zone, which is everything in there, the best loot and gear in the game, is contaminated. So when you pick it up, you actually need to extract it before you can equip it on your players. So we want players to kind of get the it's like playing poker without money. It doesn't mean anything. So we want them to have to risk something to give it that tension and that fear. But we don't want it to be so punishing that you don't want to play.
Right.
So basically, and then we saw them extract and get out, and we saw the Ryan at the end kind of screw everybody and take all the loot. And
super dick.
Yes.
I mean, come on. So you have to take the gear out of the Dark Zone and then decontaminate it before you.
It happens automatically as it's extracted. So when the helicopter shows up, it takes it back to your base of operations, and when you go back, you have it and you can equip it.
You get out some wipes and you wipe it down.
Exactly.
Some Purell.
That's behind the scenes. You don't see the wiping.
I would love it, a cutscene of everybody just wiping all their gear down with wipes.
Okay.
That's my pitch. That's my pitch. If you're going to go back and write an extra cutscene, that's what I would like. Okay, who am I going to next? Oh, okay, Dirk. So how did you guys land on 2005?
Excellent.
Why can't I pronounce years? You get a cell phone, you forget how numbers and words work. How did you land on 2205 as the year for the new Anno?
Yeah, well, we did what a Ubisoft studio usually does. We asked the gamers. We did a huge online survey and asked them, and they told us, well, when we invented the future setting in 2070, they told us, well, we want to stay there. We want to explore more of that. And we want to move on and leave Earth behind and go to the moon, and that's what we did.
Okay, it looks really, really cool.
Thank you.
How is going to the moon going to change Anno gameplay?
Oh, it changes a lot because obviously the moon, it has no atmosphere, so it's a little bit a hostile place, not meant for human beings to live there. So you suffer from meteor showers or there's radiation, and so the player, they have to shelter all their creation up there. It's a different gameplay than on Earth.
It looks really, really beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited to play it. All right, Tommy and Francois, what can you tell us about the other game modes that we're going to see in Trackmania? Look at you with your adorability. What other game modes are we going to see in Trackmania Turbo?
We only showed Stadium and Roller Coaster Lagoon. We have 2 other tracks, which we're a small game, so we're saving those for another show. But we have more to say about multiplayer. We have something great on the show called Double Driver. We basically both have a controller to drive one car. We have to synchronize like the piano, or Francois likes to say,
Tango.
Something like that. I'll be Patrick, he'll be Demi. But anyways, that's what we have for multiplayer. And the cool part is that you can play any of these multiplayer tracks. We showed the track builder, which is, generates on the fly on its own.
Right.
But we have a traditional track builder. You can share those, save them, share those online. Online, and you can play those multiplayer. And we have a lot more multiplayer modes. But again, because we're small, we have to keep some for the future.
Absolutely. You don't want to give it all up on the first date. All right, who am I going to talk to? Oh, Geneviève, I want to talk about our 6 Siege. How does progression work across the different modes in Siege?
Well, as everyone saw in the trailer with Angela in it, which was awesome.
Yes.
We saw that basically 6 is giving you a mission, and how you want to play it is up to you. So you can either do it solo, you can do it co-op, or you can do it in adversarial PvP, and then you get to recruit all of your operatives to make your dream team. Here you go.
Yes. We saw some pretty aggressive AI in the demo.
Yeah.
So again, it was... All right.
Let's design together.
I played so many hours of R6 Vegas, I don't even know how to feel right now about this new game.
It's okay, I was crying backstage.
So tell us a little bit more about the AI in this iteration.
All right. Well, in this iteration of Rainbow Six, we really wanted to make sure to create a new AI, a siege AI, that would be able to react to what you would do, that would be able, on the defensive, they're going to be able to fortify their location, they can set up traps, they can surprise you, they can hide, and on the defense, and on the attack, sorry, they can rappel, just like you can. They can rappel, they can breach in, use destruction to create new paths, angles of attack, lines of sight.
That's
they can
always
do
the
many
challenge
things
with AI, right? Is that they end up in these predictable moves, and then you know where they're coming from and what they're going to do.
They don't.
So that's awesome. That's great. I mean, I think that's hugely innovative. Okay, Jason Altman. Tell me a little bit more about what's new in Just Dance 2016.
Sure. Well, obviously, there's all the great new songs, including Jason Derulo's.
That was pretty dope. I like that we didn't just blow it out at the top of the show. We saved a little bit of morsel for it. Yeah, it was really exciting. Anyway, go ahead.
So one of the big features we're excited about this year is called the World Video Challenge. So you can always challenge players, but this year, you actually see the video of the person you are dancing against.
Oh, awesome.
And so that's great. It's actually, you really feel like you're playing with them together. And also, another feature that we're adding is co-op scoring for the first time. For the parents playing with their kids, or you want your kids to do well, you want them to feel like they're part of the team, and so you can play together.
No, wait a minute. If it's parents playing with kids, the kids are the ones carrying the parents, not the other way around. Unless you're playing with your toddler, in which case you're just a terrible person. Tell me a little bit more about how the smartphone controller is going to work, how it's going to add to the experience of Just Dance.
Because we wanted to make the game really accessible to everybody, and not, for those playing on an Xbox One or PS4, not everybody has a camera.
Right.
And we want to be able to, let everybody play. So you'll be able to download the app from the App Store. 6 people can do it. 6 people can play at the same time. Hold it in your phone like a motion controller, dance, and it scores you just as you always have playing the game on other platforms.
Great.
It's really a great experience and a great way for us to, let everybody
bring
play
everybody
the
into the community.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, is it Marc Alexis? Did I say that right? Okay, Marc Alex. Okay, that's way simpler, by the way. All right, Mac.
We've got 9 studios across the world working for us, so Mac is much easier for everybody.
Okay, good. So tell us a little bit more about the locations that we're going to be seeing in AC Syndicate.
Oh my God, London is so huge. People will see, I think one of my favorite locations in the game is Westminster Palace, the Parliament, because we keep seeing it on TV and in movies and everything. And when I went to London to scout out the place, I couldn't get in. So I couldn't see it, so the place where I can see it is in the game, and I think it's going to be pretty much like that for a lot of our players. You'll see Buckingham Palace, St. Paul Cathedral, which was it was the biggest cathedral of the era, the Bank of England, and the train stations. So many train stations across London, and they're all very different from one another, so I think players will love them.
It was beautifully photorealistic, which I think is a hallmark of this particular franchise. Everything looks and feels so real, and to scale, which was really beautiful. There's a community question.
Oh.
Let's see if this is as important a question to you as it is to them. They want to know where Jacob's hat goes when he goes into stealth mode.
Hey, that's an excellent question.
Magical hat land.
There's an answer to that.
I know.
Yeah. Well, you know your hats, so do you have the answer?
No.
So these things were called opera hats. So people went to see the opera. Opera? How do you pronounce it?
Opera. Not Oprah
sorry,
Winfrey.
Not Oprah. Sorry.
Oprah Winfrey.
You know, it's like the French accent. Sorry about that. And I won't try to say it again. But they were collapsible hats.
Okay.
So there were patents that were dating back from the 1800s where they invented those hats. So that's what Jacob has, and he folds it and stick it in his coat.
In the spot. Yes, and you don't even see that happen. It's just magical stealth mode.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, let's talk about Ghost Recon. All right, Dominic, the world looks incredible. Incredible. Tell us what the real world inspirations were for the Wildlands that we saw in the demo.
Really, well, the team for this open world, we looked at initially to South America, and then specifically at Bolivia, because of this kind of like raw natural beauty that's there. So it's really what the game's about. The game has the ghosts going behind enemy lines to cause chaos and to disrupt the alliance between the Santa Blanca Mexican drug cartel and the corrupt local government. And so we were really inspired by the geopolitical structure, by the raw natural beauty, like we said. The team went there for 2 weeks to meet with locals, everything from government leaders to botanists, everything to really try to recreate as much as we could of the country. But it's something we're really excited about.
I mean, what was great was we were looking, obviously this is pre-alpha footage that we were looking at,
Early
but
days.
it looks like narratively, it's not just going to be about great combat, great stealth, great tactical approach, but also a great story.
Yes. So we're not talking too much about the story
Tell
just
me the
yet.
story!
No, I'm not going to tell you the story. We're just showing the world. We're showing the systems we have today. But come by the booth and we'll be able to show you some more.
Okay, well, it looks incredible.
Look,
so much of this stuff is going to be playable on the floor. The stuff that's not going to be playable, you can just look at and drool over. And I just want to say, you guys, this is my 4th year doing this. Every year it gets better. Thanks for having me. I love being a part of it. Give it up for the UB. Oh, you're the nicest. We're going to get so drunk after this. Give it up for the UB team. Thanks for watching, everybody at home. We really appreciate all your support. Get out and play those games.